The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want him, because I lie down in the green pastures, him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul, him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepares a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head to no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of my Lord God. Ja, kadema we groma beate la e higzag beer tanaista lina bashante shante shante shante. Kadema we groma be ate la e. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas, flavors, and even colors congregate to be able to assimilate and produce food in all its sumptuousness and palatability. Oh my God. It's the same thing we do here. Different ideas come to play, and then we choose the solutions, the right ones, to our problems after the conflict. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonum, and here we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, as you have been told, we'll do it on one condition: to build and not to destroy. We are hardest hitting, yet the most decorous and temperate. Pick our numbers rolling on the screen right now. Do business with us. We are happy to do business with you. We want to be able to take your product to the end of the world. It is the Black Empire Media's Black Pot, aka Kukushonum, where we speak truth to power. Come here, my youth. My name, Blakk RASTA. I'm most excited to be with you today. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is rolling on the screen, and I am most excited to bring it to you. Drunkard Mahama leader speaks out. Woo! For some time now, people have been talking about the NDC's flag bearer, Mahama. A number of people are in the propaganda business. They say he's a drunkard. They have done everything possible to be able to bring the man down. It looks like it's not working. First, incompetent. Guinea fowls have flown all the way to Burkina Faso. Oh, he owns a certain hotel in Dubai. Oh, he's the owner of DKM, Diamond Microfinance Limited. Today, all these have come to nothing. And they are finding another way. Why are we saying they are finding another way? Now, there are about 10 different times people have come out to say that Mahama is a drunkard. Should I mention them? Come here, my youths. Watch this. Now, the very first time Mahama was called a drunkard, it was done by a man called Hopeson Adorye. And he was the one, this man here, who said Mahama carried a certain flask and that he was addicted to whiskey and he couldn't stand on his 2 feet. Neither could he think without drinking whiskey. For that matter, he carried whiskey wherever he went, even during work hours, in a flask. to deceive or camouflage the people that he was drinking some hot tea, but he was actually drinking whiskey. Canada Japan also called him a hopeless drunkard. In fact, this same man here called Adorye, Hopeson Adorye, said that Mahama was so addicted to whiskey, he couldn't think without drinking whiskey. As for Canada Japan, he said all the work the NPP government is doing, Mahama cannot see anything because he's always drunk. If he stops drinking, he will see. Chairman Wontumi also called Mahama a drunkard. In fact, lately, it was Atachia who pushed the drunkard card. Even Nana Akufo-Addo, there was one time he was addressing people in parliament and beyond, and then he took a sip from a glass. And when people were laughing, he said, you know that I don't drink alcohol. In other words, there was somebody else who was drinking alcohol. And Mahama was seated right there in parliament. And this was an innuendo tossed at him. My brother, I have said it already. If Mahama actually drinks or has a problem with drinking, it is something that is curable. Can we look for help? After all, my brother, everybody is sick. We all have problems. As I'm standing here, you don't know what kind of sickness I'm battling with. I don't know what kind of sickness you are battling with. I don't know what condition you are battling with. Even our finance minister had kidney issues. Terminally ill. But we allowed him to go on until we realized that he was inefficient. It wasn't because of his sickness, but because he was just inefficient. So we kicked him out, promoted him to a higher height, sarcastically, and brought in Anta Adam to replace him. Drinking alcohol is curable. It's behavioral. It could also be a psychiatric issue. And as I said it before, if Mahama stands on his 2 feet and says, hey, I want to shame the devil. I want to be able to push this away. Let's talk about better things rather than drinking alcohol. He will be able to do it. That's if he drinks. But who started it all when it came to this thing about Mahama being a drunkard? Hopeson Adorye. That's him. He was a member of the MPP. They sacked him. And after they sacked him, he started to speak some truth. Number one, he said that they had used dynamites to scare some people right there in the Volta region who were coming to vote for the NDC. Meanwhile, he himself is from the Volta region. So he took dynamite to his own region, to his own people, detonate them, and frighten people away from coming out, because that is a stronghold of the NDC. He said it. But today he's also confessing. What is he saying? Run the story, my youth. Watch this. I led Drunkard Mahama propaganda. And this is Hopeson Adorye confessing. Former Deputy National Security Coordinator, Hopeson Adorye, has revealed that he was the one who started the false propaganda that former President John Dramani Mahama is a drunkard. According to Hopeson Adorye, the drunkard tag was created just to disgrace the National Democratic Congress flag bearer, like all the lies they created about him to help them win the 2016 presidential elections. Did you hear that? They created lies about their opponents in order to win elections. My question is, would Hopeson Adorye have said this if he was still with the NPP? Or no, it's a sin to reveal the secrets of your party even if they are dirty. That's the problem I have with politicians. That's why I can never be a politician. Hopeson, who was dismissed from the New Patriotic Party after refusing to support Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's bid, urged Ghanaians not to fall for the cheap propaganda in an interview with TVXYZ. There is propaganda circulating that John Mahama is a drunkard. And I can tell you that it is not true, because I was the one who started that particular thing. We cooked it up in our room. We cooked it up in the room and brought it out to defame him. He added that the flask Mahama carries around doesn't contain alcohol, but rather ginger water. which according to his wife helps his health. We created the news that the flask he carries around was whiskey. But it's not true. John Mahama is not a drunkard. So Ghanaians shouldn't fall for this cheap propaganda. The flask he carries around contains ginger and water. I have tasted it before. Once, when Mahama was traveling, and I can tell you that he's not a drunkard. Hopeson Adorye said on XYZ. Why should we trust you? So that when you fall out with Mahama and his party, you come out and say, yes, I was the one, the first to come and debunk the fact that Mahama was not a drunkard, but he's actually a drunkard. He drinks whiskey 10 times a day. We can't trust you. When you keep crying, wolf, 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 people come and there's no wolf. The day that the wolf truly comes and you cry wolf, you will be eaten by that wolf because nobody will come out. That's why credibility is important. That is why credibility is most important. I just have one word for Mahama. I'm far younger than Mahama, but I think that is worth it to also talk to our elders. If you drink, you are the only one who might know, and your closest buddies. Mr. President, whoever took it out to tell people out there that you drink, that is, if you drink, you should know that you have surrounded yourself with people who cannot keep quiet. It's like in the days of Noah. One of his sons saw him naked. Instead of being wise and covering that, you know what he did? He called his brother to come and see his father's nakedness, and he was laughing. His son turned back and walked backwards, trying not to see the nakedness of his father. When he covered the nakedness, then he turned. That's wisdom. We all have issues. If we start seeing the people we serve or the people we honor do some things that are not right, if we can't help them to stop, it is not for us to go out there and spill the beans. It doesn't make sense. How would people like Mahama even trust Hopeson Adorye? Hopeson Adorye could be speaking the truth, 100% truth. But because he has the penchant of telling lies, he said they cooked the lies in the room and brought out that to defame Mahama. He did it in the name of his political party. They say politics is a dirty game. You see why I can never be a politician. Never. I am too real to be a politician. Well, Hopeson Adorye has spoken. He said he has even tasted the content of Mahama's flask and is ginger and water. You yet. It's ginger and water. Tomorrow, I hope it will continue to be ginger and water and not apeteshi and burukutu mixed together. It's sad. Listen, people in top positions have issues. Some of them are battling illnesses. Some of them are battling some addictions. Some of them have to drink so much coffee to stay awake in order to serve the nation. And they get addicted. From coffee, they might be addicted to some other things. They move from one height to the other. If you are smart and you work with people like this, just give them encouragement and try to let them live healthy and take some of the load off them. You can do it as a way you can do that. People say, Blakk RASTA talks. Hey, Blakk RASTA. You say, when Obeka. Others say, Fanika Futa. Yel Kemalana. Depending on where you find yourself in this geopolitical environment. Watch this. My brother, it's not everything we talk about. A wise man does not just say anything and everything. You must keep some for the rainy day. That's a wise person. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Koko Show no more, where we speak truth to power. When we speak truth to power, it is the truth, the absolute truth, and nothing else. Come with the next story, my youths. Lord God have mercy. Another sad story. Look at the headline. NDC polluted more water than NPP. It's now a battle of who polluted our water more. Where is the common sense? It's no more about who helped our country grow more. It's about who helped destroy it more. And who is saying this? It's a guy called Asaase Adorye. Very handsome guy, yet dirty mind and dirty attitude. NDC polluted the waters more than the NPP. Therefore, NPP has done well. It's a battle of who hurts and destroys more. These are the people we have in parliament. These guys, they want to be called honorables. Let me not judge him. Let's look at the content of what he's saying. Run it, my youth. How Ghanaians reacted to Asaase Adorye's NDC polluted more water bodies than the NPP statement. The Member of Parliament, MP for Nsawam Adwajiri constituency in the Eastern region, Asaase Adorye Frank, who doubles as the majority chief whip in Parliament, has said that the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has caused great environmental damage through illegal mining than the NPP. He said, if we are to investigate both sides of the house, you had the opportunity to rule this country before. I can tell you, you polluted the water more than us. He made this assertion during an emergency parliamentary sitting on August 4, today, 2024. Can you imagine? Run it, flip the page, please. His statement resulted from the issue of illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey, that sparked an intense debate during the sitting. His remarks have attracted reactions from netizens due to the adverse effects of the illegal trade on the environment and to water bodies. One ex-user said, this is high treason. Why is the NPP still comparing their bad days to the NDC who left power 8 years ago? These learned leaders are making education very useless. Useless politicians and political parties always comparing who did more damage than the other without solving the problem. I don't even understand. Why compare Ghanaians? Why compare? Ghanaians said they are not doing well as a government. As a matter of fact, NPP convinced the NDC that NDC was incompetent. It's almost 8 years now, and you are still comparing yourself with the people you said were incompetent. They take us for a joke. Another also said, African politicians belong to the same WhatsApp group. They are not different from others, especially West Africa. Bow down your head in shame and don't pray. Your face looks like the face of a very intelligent man. I was expecting something more intelligent than what you said. My brother, we kicked out the NDC. You convinced us and told us they were inefficient. Nana Akufo-Addo said he would put his presidency on the line to fight galamsey. At the end of the day, did he fight galamsey? For me, he encouraged galamsey. He took some of the most senseless decisions or less wise decisions to make it milder by burning excavators. The following day, we're in China looking for excavators to buy with the nation's money to come and build our roads. What's the wisdom in this? Same way you arrest people with ganja and then you burn the ganja. Yet you have so many medicines in this country made out of ganja. What kind of a country is this? So I don't pray. You said it. You are ready for opposition. When you go and come back, I'm sure you will look at solving problems and not comparing who destroyed more. It's sad. Are you saying that your government did better with the galamsey fight than whatever government was there? Look at the water bodies. People like you should be allowed to bath in this dirty water and drink the dirty water. When you fall ill and sick with liver problems, then you will know the intensity, the gravity of what you've done to us. I thought that you will condemn this and say that the fight could have been better. That's my way. Is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokushonomo. When we return, we will be doing more, and we also have your messages. Please send your messages in and share the broadcast. We are live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Hey! Hey! Wayo! It's a Blakk Pot, aka Kokushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Did you see that quote from Aristotle? He said that love is composed of one element which is contained in two bodies. This is deep, isn't it? Show me that quote again. It's deep. This is Aristotle speaking, a philosopher. They all came to Africa to learn their philosophy. Some of them were even black people. Love is composed of a single element, one soul inhabiting two bodies. It means if I love you, if I say I love you, what hurts you hurts me. When you are hungry, I am hungry. When you are sick, I am sick. That's what Aristotle is talking about. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Next time you are about to tell somebody that you love them, ask yourself, will their sickness be my sickness? Will their suffering be my suffering? Will their happiness be my happiness? If we have this thing posted on every single government office door, I think we'll have a better nation. If you feel what the people feel, then you love the people. That's why they say God is love. You can't go to God if you don't have love. That's why Christ said that you cannot say you love him or love God if you don't love your brother. If you have a problem with your brother and it's not sorted out and you are going to pray, you must go sort it out. That's why I love Christ. Think about this. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Next one. These Akufo-Addo criminals Mahama promises to catch. These Akufo-Addo criminals Mahama promises to catch. John Dramani Mahama says when he comes into power, there are some criminals that have been hatched by the mother serpent of corruption, Nana Akufo-Addo. And these criminals, he will catch and prosecute. Who are those criminals? 10 major scandals under Akufo-Addo. NDC will investigate if they win the 2024 elections.
Blakk Pot, Kokushonomo. Blakk Pot, Kokushonomo.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot, Cuckoo Show, man.
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 One skipper judge.
Blackpot, Coco 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 Show, man.
One skipper judge.
Blackpot, Coco.
One skipper judge.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
One skipper judge.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Coco Show, where we speak truth to power. Well, I must apologize for the breaking transmission and streaming. Room saw haters. The power is back, and we are sending out our apologies. It's the Black Pot, aka Coco Show, and here we speak truth to power. All right. Now, we were looking at this incident, right? Now, the National Democratic Congress has announced that several scandals under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration over the past 7 years will be investigated should they win power in the December 7, 2024 elections, right? Now, these scandals range from election violence to public funds mismanagement. Number one, the killing of 8 persons during the 2020 elections. Former President John Dramani Mahama has promised to institute investigations into the killing of 8 persons during the 2020 elections. Mahama has assured the families of all who lost their lives during the tragic incident not to despair. 8 people lost their lives from gunshots allegedly fired by military personnel during the elections. Inshallah. When we come into office, we will investigate the killings, bring the perpetrators to face the law, and pay the appropriate compensations. Mahama was quoted as saying during his campaign at Techima North. Number 2, commission of inquiry on state lands. People have been stealing state lands left, right, and center. And later in the show, we're going to be looking at another case of state capture allegation. Ambulance spare parts. We heard about how the president's daughter, in fact, used her influence to get some contracts for spare parts for ambulances for her baby father and much more. So much money from the state, capturing everything from finance to land. Number 4. Move to 4, please. Quick, flip the page. Quick. Appearance fee. Blakk has also assured that the next NDC administration will conduct a full-scale corruption probe following revelations in Anase's documentary Galamsey Economy, in which Minister of State Charles Edouboyin allegedly solicited 200,000 American dollars, in fact, a token for Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's support as appearance fee. Serious. It's crazy, isn't it? Number 5, Sky Train. They promised to give us a Sky Train. In fact, the scientist who said or who led the whole Sky Train campaign died a few months ago. He was a very good friend of mine. And they took $2 million American dollars away for this project. It's not been accounted for. The Sky Train is not here. Even the land train crashed the other day. Number 6, COVID-19 management and expenditures. The NDC plans to investigate Ghana's management and expenditure related to COVID-19, including the procurement processes and allocation of funds. And of course, 7, Ejapa royalties deal. And the controversial Ejapa royalties deal, which involved monetizing Ghana's gold royalties, will be scrutinized for potential conflicts of interest and lack of transparency. 9, PDS scandal, electricity, power, Africa Games expenditure. Recently, we had our games, money was blown away like peckplay. Illegal sole source contracts. We need to look at all these things, not only in this government and governments before this. Mahama wants to look at this, and it's interesting how these things are going to happen. I am interested in this, but I also want to ask a very important question. Why is it that in our country, Ghana, we have to wait until we come into power before we can investigate issues? Because the police has been polarized. Police has become a political outfit. Army, political outfit. Even the law corps have become quite political. That is why some people will tell you, we have to wait until we are in power. And that does not inure to the benefit of the nation. To wait until we have political power before justice can be served? What nonsense is this? We have to try and break away from this chain. It's sad. When we return, my brother, we will have more. We had a question for you, which you saw earlier. Which country in the world has the most baobabs? It is Madagascar. But where is the baobab really from? Did you see the answer? When we return, we will have some 2 more issues to look at. Hey! Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Coco Showdown. Here we speak truth to power. Come here, my youth. Now watch this. My brother, Madagascar tops in baobab trees in the world. Madagascar is the home of the baobab tree. Now the fruit of the baobab is so beautiful. It's so nutritious. Oh my God. You can find baobab all over West Africa and beyond, but Madagascar is the home and origin of the baobab. Did you know that? All right, so let's look at your comments, and then we will see what to do next. One boy says, welcome back, my king. Charles Eningful says, greetings, Blakk Rasta and lovely family. We are watching you live from Philadelphia. Love. FZ says, unfortunately, not all Black Empire Media subscribers had the chance to witness your live performance on your birthday. Could we suggest a 20-minute live performance featuring you and Shatawale on the show? Well, it's possible, but we would also play back the live performance that we did on the birthday and the launch of the Ghana Patriotism Festival. Thank you so much, FZ. Mohammed Banjirawan says, good evening and welcome on board in Biale. Happy birthday, a belated one. Joyous and prosperous birthday to you. It's so sad we couldn't be part of the celebration on Monday. Greetings to Huduswa, signed MC Scorpion. Thank you so much. MC Scorpion wanted to be part of this. Unfortunately, we're told only 15 people could be there, including invited guests and even band. For that matter, we had only 2 members of the band join us to do an acoustic set. That's how come we couldn't do it. But we have a big one coming up. Those who attended have been told, and we'll put it out here too. Don't worry about it. Kofi Azuma says, greeting to my brother Blakk Rasta on this blessed Wednesday. Happy blessed day. And he says, belated happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. He says, greetings to all the brothers and sisters here. This Wednesday, he loves everybody. He said, make sure you share the live streaming right now with your friends and family members. Thank you so much. Share the broadcast. Jay Coolman says, respect to Blakk Rasta. JDSGH says, blessed. Blakk Rasta, more fire. Joshua Kofi Labi says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. Keep up the good work you are doing for Madagana. Jose Kofi says, Blakk Rasta, the voice of the people is not the voice of God. Only the voice of the wise is the voice of God. You equate this quote to me. Jerry Agbe Mabiase. Agbe Mabiase, I like the name. Your senior brother in London. So Jose Kofi says, it's the voice of the people is not the voice of God. It's the voice of the wise. That is the voice of God. What do you think about it? I have my own assertion, but what do you think about it? Zacha Emmanuel, a.k.a. Governor from Wusuta, says, I'm late for the class today. Sorry, sir. Kofi Azuma says, keep calling all your friends and family members to come and watch and listen to truth. Yes, been spoken to power. Stephen Banda says, the king of Africa is on. Why, my king? Blakk Rasta took a break. He's still here with us. Well, Doomsaw took a break. In fact, it was our, what is it called? That was holding the power for a short while. Stephen Banda says, thanks, Blakk, for your teaching. And we love you for giving us these wonderful teachings, right? Abdul Rahman Kojo says, Blakk Rasta, I'm monitoring live from Qatar. Since I watched the video of that MP who said the NDC polluted the water, then the MPP, up till now, I am in pain. God will judge them. Skibo Media says, greetings, Blakk. Whether Mahama drinks or not is not his personal business. Just as no one discusses Nana Addo's rumored smoking habits. Our focus should be on Ghana's progress, not their private lives. But don't you think that some private lives could translate into public lives and destroy us? For instance, if you have a man who drinks and if he's a drunkard, he's actually going to worry his thinking and destroy the government. And if he smokes things, depending on what he smokes, his head could go haywire. Don't you think so? It's just a question. And Skibo Media says the NPP needs to put an end to this blind propaganda. All right? Okay. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll be opening the phone lines in our subsequent broadcast. So you can also talk on the show, right? Remember to take our numbers and talk to us. Next story, my youth. Watch it. Asaase Radio on stolen land. Oh my God. Asaase Radio is a very powerful radio station here. It's a government sympathizer radio station. Asaase, they say the voice of our land, is owned by Gabi Asare Ochredakun, a.k.a. G.O.D. He looks like a model. He was born in Chelsea in the United Kingdom. His uncle is the president, and people say he is the pseudo prime minister of this nation. He is a Pan-Africanist as well, in one way or the other, despite the fact that he's not a fan of Kwame Nkrumah like that. Gabi Asare is doing some businesses in Guyana and some other places like that. This is Asaase Radio. In fact, and when you look at it, it's very beautiful. Their radio station is extraordinarily beautiful. Oh my God. This is the radio station. A bird eye view of the radio station. And I've been there a number of times. It's sitting on one of the plushiest pieces of land right here in Accra. Not far away from the American embassy, right there at Cantonments. It's a very expensive piece of land, high-class area. Blakk is telling us that this is stolen land. It's land that belongs to the government, and it's actually a captured government property. But the owners of the radio station, led by Gabi Asare, the Chelsea-born Gabi Asare, have refuted this, and they are angry. Blakk claims are false and misleading. ABC refused claims of unlawful property acquisition. And this is Gabi Asare. He's a lawyer. Now, the management of Asaase Broadcasting Corporation, Company, ABC, has denied claims made by a member of parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Blakk, that its headquarters was unlawfully acquired from state property. Blakk stated that the property housing the media house is one of the properties of the Judicial Service of Ghana, that the service claims was illegally sold by the government. That means Blakk is saying that the service, the Judicial Service, is saying that it was illegally sold. So it's not Blakk alleging, it is the Judicial Service, according to Blakk. Now, the Asaase Radio building in issue is number 7, 5th Circular Road, located in Cantonments. Now, according to court documents, the Judicial Service of Ghana insists that the sale of the number 7, 5th Circular Road in Cantonments, which was last occupied by Justice F.G. Kobe, is unconstitutional and unlawful, the MP earlier wrote. So that means it's still in contention, it's in court. However, in a statement dated September 2, that's my birthday, 2024, Asaase Broadcasting Company Limited refuted Blakk's claims as false and misleading, stating that the property was lawfully acquired by Lily Homes Limited through legitimate means. Now, the company explained that the land was initially purchased by Fusuaba Mensa Banahine in 2006 as underdeveloped land and was later developed. The property was acquired by Fusuaba Mensa Banahine under a lease dated 8th July 2006. The property was bought as bare land and subsequently developed by Banahine. The statement read. It further stated that Lily Homes legally obtained the property through an assignment of interest from Banahine with the necessary consent from the Lands Commission dated July 15, 2020. The company emphasized that the property has been lawfully held without any legal issues and claims that Justice F.G. Kobe or any other public official had resided at the address in question were baseless. Dash it away. So, that is why it is good we make our laws work and work for Ghana. If police is working for political party, army working for political party, judiciary working for political party, then we are idiots. We always will sing that refrain, wait until we come into power and justice will be delivered. We are idiots. This is an issue you could easily go to court to resolve. But no, there's a political party in power that is against this and wants to state capture. That is all this thing is talking about. Now, Gabi's Asaase Radio says they have had this thing from 2006. But court documents are also saying that no, the land was illegally, unlawfully acquired. State capture. Who is speaking the truth? Who is lying? I wish we could go deeper into some of these things. Oh, I will go into this. I'll follow Blakk and get more information, and we will bring this out. Next time we'll come with splash documents to see the veracity of this whole thing. Dash it away. Final story, and we are done. We apologize one more time for the break in streaming, or better still transmission. It was because of the power outage. AMANDZEBA solves Ghana music drought puzzle. So many people say, hey, Ghana music is not going anywhere. Just yesterday, I heard some people debating in Tamale. You know, Mr. Razak was saying that, oh, Ghana music, in fact, the northern music is not going anywhere beyond Tamale. That even in Accra here, you don't hear Dagomba music or northern music. If you hear it on one radio station and check it out, then it's a Dagomba man who is there playing the Ghana music. He said, for us to say we are growing, other people from different ethnic groups should love our music and play that. But it is not happening in the north. Northern music remains in the north. If we want a little bit of relevance, then we may have to even feature southern artists. And the relevance is always short-lived. I think he made some sense. But on a broader spectrum, AMANDZEBA Wegbejeke. Remember him for that song? Paalogo Yede, very talented singer. In fact, he is saying that he can solve the problem of Ghana when it comes to our music not going beyond the borders, and why Ghanaian artists are not able to fill stadia outside Ghana. And when we travel out, it's only a few Ghanaians who come to see us. And Ghanaians abroad are not noted for really attending concerts like that. He says Ghanaian music can't transcend borders because we are trying to sound like Nigerians. Otilo. Veteran Ghanaian high-life musician AMANDZEBA Ndroughт has shared his insights on the difficulty of Ghanaian music to transcend borders. Speaking in an interview with Hits FM on September 3, that's yesterday, 2024, AMANDZEBA recounted a time when Ghanaian musicians were prominent in Nigeria and some parts of Central Africa. He noted that the situation has reversed because Ghanaian artists are now trying to emulate Nigerian styles rather than embracing their unique Ghanaian identity. About 3 or 4 decades ago, Eastern Nigeria was full of Ghanaian musicians. So you ask yourself, how were they able to make inroads across West Africa? And it even goes all the way up to the central part of Africa. And so I am asking myself, if Joe Mensah was so huge in Nigeria, why are we not huge now? Why is the situation now the reverse? The reason is that we are trying to sing like the Nigerians. The Nigerians accepted us because we came as Ghanaians. Now is the opposite. Citing the example of Magic System's hit song, Amulanga, which captivated audiences despite its obscure meaning. He stated that the ability of music to transcend borders is not due to the language, but the simplicity and relatability of the music. I agree with him. Language is not a barrier. Take, for example, Magic System did a song called Amulanga. What is the meaning of Amulanga? Amulanga, tina, na. Amulanga, tina. We all sang it, and we still love it. We don't know the meaning of Amulanga, but all of us were digging into it. Where is the barrier here? You have even gone too far. Samputumma poto, samputumma peche, samputumma tutu. Right here. Taichi me chaicho, VCI shifu. We heard all that. Spata pumana, mama ni dada, pa, papa tipatu, patu paso yes, papa patu pa. It was a hit. So music is not all about lyrics. It's also about melody. And according to AMANDZEBA, relatability. How can I relate to this? You don't need to look out for some kind of sophisticated arrangement or something. The simplicity of the rhythm or the lyrics can. If it is catchy, you can't stop it. Ah! Oh my God, I love this. I love this. I love this. AMANDZEBA has spoken. Are we ready to listen? Recently, some people came out to fight me that I made a song that did not have a meaning. Because first and foremost, they didn't even understand the language I was singing in. Tio, 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 fatio, 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 Pablo Salma, fatio, Ankumaye, fatio. They say, Blakk RASTA, stop music. Music is not for you. It's easy for people to say that. Stop music. Music is not for you. The idiots talk like that. Because they have heard one or two people say the same thing. So they want to feel wise by repeating the same foolishness. Write it down. A lot of Ghanaians are idiots. Dash. They repeat the same foolishness of the past, believing that will make them wise. Oh, Jesus. I said a lot of Ghanaians are idiots, repeating the same foolishness of the wise, thinking that would make them wise. Oh, I know this man is a wise man. But one day he comes to tell a stupid lie, foolish lie that does not make sense. Because I know him to be a wise man, I also go about replicating that. Use your... It's not always the wise speak wisdom. Sometimes they are human. They can flop. How many people understand this? It's the Black Pot, aka Koko Show, where we speak truth to power. Dash it away. Thanks so much to AMANDZEBA for educating us and making us know that it's not all about the language. So, my Dagomba people, please, if you want to move, it's not about your language. Fra or Grushi people, my brother, if you want to move, it's not about the language. There are a lot of songs in the world that we enjoy, and we don't know the titles of the song. When we started singing, Nyakobaru, Banyo Banya, Nyakobaru, Banyo Banya Kobaru, we didn't know what that meant. How many of us even know what it means? Meka woyo, woyo, birigadi yesabari. How many of us knew what that meant? My brother, my sister, it's about relatability and the melody. Let's rise above lyrics. Patapaa had a hit with a song that did not have lyrical wisdom, because it's not all about the lyrics, right? One corner, one corner, one corner. You see, say we catch you. Hey, one corner, one corner, one corner, one corner. Part to part, part to part. Part to part, part to part, part to part. I respect Patapaa. It's better than a man who is way when the sun is shining. Hey, the river is so lyrics that only make sense to him. Too deep for people to understand. Relatability. That's what the Bible says. Speak tongues. And the tongues that you speak it when you are praying. But when people are around, speak in a language everybody understands. Am I right? Did I quote it properly? Hallelujah. My name is Blakk RASTA. Let's see the last comments. Come here. All right. Adam Hussein says, where did JM say he's not a magician to create jobs? All right. So my brother, if you want to debate this thing, me and you would go on and on and on and on and on and on. On Good Morning Ghana, what's his name? My good friend Randy Abbey tried to go into it. Look, I don't think that you want to hear it. But if you want to hear it, bring this question again and I'll answer it another time. Mahama went to a certain gathering. He was asked by an interviewer, a female, that there are people here who are saying that they have no jobs, blah, 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 that, and blah, 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 that. Unemployment, what will he do? He said that money will not magically fly into anybody's pockets. Listen up. Money will not magically fly into anybody's pockets. That is why we are training people on skills so that they will be able to use their skills to get jobs. There is no magic in job creation. Of course, what he spoke made a lot of sense, but it was the wrong place to say. Do you see the wisdom? It was the wrong place. I am hungry. I come to you and say, I'm hungry. Say, hey, you are told you continue to be hungry if you don't work. What you do is you provide food. When they eat and they sit down, then you tell them that, hey, this is it. That's why we said Nana Akufo-Addo was wrong. When he went to the Volta region and stood in the midst of people who were suffering from a flood and told them, hey, you have not been voting for me, but I have come to support you. No. You know what he should have done? He should have supported them, talked to them, encouraged them. And when you leave and go back to Accra, a day or two later, when you want to reference that, you can say that, yes, you see, I'm a father for all, whether you support me or not. In fact, if you need me, I'll be there. Like we were in the Volta region the other day. I mean, the people in the area not necessarily vote for us, but we were there to support, and we also, that would make more sense. Rather than the person in trouble, then you are trying to lecture him and tell him that, hey. So Mahama did not directly say, I am not a magician, but you are the one we are asking. If you say there's no magic, do you get it? To provide jobs to the people. Yes, you have spoken the truth, but at the wrong time. It's like a son going to a father to ask him, Father, I'm hungry, I want chop money. And the father says, there's no magic to give a son money every morning. If the son goes away and somebody asks him, when you went to your father, what did he say? What would he say? He said that he's not a magician to give him money every morning. It's wisdom, brethren. So don't, when I see some NDC people trying to go into it and trying to make it right. Mahama has apologized for all these things that he has done and said. We have decided that we'll give you another chance. When you start bringing back some of these things and pulling them in and out, that guy who was on Randy Abisu is by inference. That's what we say. He didn't say it directly. I'm not a magician. But a newspaper person wants to sell his papers. So he will scream the headlines. What Mahama said was that there's no magic to fly money into your pocket, right? Even this I'm paraphrasing. And that we are training you to get skills that are employable because there is no magic in creating jobs. Who is supposed to create a job for us? We say it's you. We voted into power. And if you tell us there's no magic to create jobs to people who are unemployed, when they go back home and they ask them, Mukosha Mahama no say, "Oh, magician want to me." That's what they will say. I hope I'm making some sense. He said the right thing. It's like, this is the last example I'm going to give. You keep telling your friend, Charlie, take care of your mother. Then one day you hear that your friend's mother is dead and you go for the funeral. And then the first thing, me catch you say, Mama, umami, and so say umami, umami order on. So it's almost like that. If you have any advice for him, sympathize with the person, empathize with the person when it's over. And you sit back later and say, Joe, him say, I said, we might catch those, Mami, it was preventable. Until from now, I'm taking it serious. My happiness is Mahama has apologized for everything that he would have done that caused us pain to vote him out. For me, that is a repented soul. Something inside me tells me that I can trust him. That's why I want to give him a chance. That's all. So when Adam Fuseni come and say, when did Mahama say it? You are speaking like the politicians. Say it. I will give you an answer. Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta, are you coming back today? We are waiting on you. We came back. Charles Enifo said, what happened, Blakk? Oh, hope is well. It wasn't well. So Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta and his rooster. This rooster. Kukono. All right. Danny Man says, Blakk, political neutrality is of no use when we fail to boldly point out the right to the confused. I like that. Love of country means lay down everything to save country. Pride, philosophy to an extent. Praise. Oh my God. I love what this man is saying. So that's the same thing I was saying, Hussein. Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta is back. Yes, we came back. Then the man says, in the scriptures, when the statue of the serpent was erected, it took those who saw it first to encourage others to focus on the serpent. I believe the wise and the righteous must be bold to direct. I believe that too. Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta and his rooster make my neighbors think, say, I have roosters in my home. Green Zone GH. Growing a country's wealth, that's more reserves can make a country print its own money. Vote cheddar. Printing more money without growing the size will make your money worth less. I agree with that. I agree with your assertion that growing this, growing that, but I'm not sure about cheddar. But opinions, I'm not fighting your opinion. I will never fight your opinion. Kofi Azuma says, call all your friends and family members and tell them to watch the show. The question is that needs to be asked is, if a liar tells you he's lying, would you believe him? How can you believe a liar? When a liar tells you he's lying or not, Master, don't believe him. They say, the Dogoba people have a saying, they say when a thief, kisses you, the moment he turns away to go count your teeth, and this Paps. Nobab says, Michael Akunzoya says, Naya Bengi, respect. Mohammed Banjawan, guess the usual doomsaw has hit us. We are waiting patiently for you, Billy. Tegarba Nasara, yes, that's it. Run it, come here. Wayo. MC Scorpion inside a Shima. Oblivious Winzy says, but when you address them without adding honorable to their name, they see you to be disrespectful. What kind of law? I agree with you. Nobab says, Asaase Radio needs to be dismantled. The misinformation is too much. Oh, but my best friend is there. If they dismantle that my best friend's stomach is big like that, they will dismantle the stomach too. On a more serious note, my brother, they say any tree that is fruitless must be hewn down. The Bible says that. It doesn't matter who is at fault. What would the law say? Let's deal with that. Nobab says, how can you be a Pan-Africanist and dislike Nkrumah? I like that. He's asking Gabi. Well, Gabi says he likes Nkrumah, but there were some things he didn't like. So he didn't really say he doesn't like Nkrumah. But Nkrumah might not be his biggest Pan-Africanist hero. Now, Kambadi Samsidin. The devil is a liar. This show will surely come back in the same way. Amen. Abdul Sharif Islam Jamil says, good evening, Black Rasta, watching you live from Saudi Arabia. More fire. Raphael Kofi says, Tina Ray is watching you live from London. Woyo, Akim Mumuni says, good evening, bro. Watching you live in what? My name is Black Rasta. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. It's been the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonum, where we speak truth to power. Thank you for keeping it decent and thank you for keeping it beautiful. It's been a wonderful time with you. I'll catch you again tomorrow at the same time, 6 p.m. Until then, hey! Way! Wayo!